There's a new and special way to leave a legacy for your family and loved ones. Check out the Love Policy Box. This stylish box has a special drawer for you to leave magical family heirlooms. But the real magic? It's inside. The Love Policy Workbook. It's a step-by-step guide on how to truly leave a lasting legacy. Imagine gifting this beautiful box to your family, to that special person in your life. It's the most important gift you could ever give or receive. The Love Policy Box can be yours for only $99.99 plus shipping. Visit lovepolicy.com/box for more information. And joining us now in studio today is Lori Friedman, founder of the Love Policy. Thank you so much for joining us here, Lori, at the Miami Community Newspaper Studios, Xizzle TV. It's thrilling to have you here.
Thank you so much, Kirk. I really appreciate you inviting us here today.
And we love interviewing people who have a mission, brands that have a mission, and your mission is a special one. I love the Love Policy Box. Just how important and special is this box for everyone out there to really cement their legacy?
Well, we feel it's very important in the respect that the box is a catalyst to get people to have very important conversations. The reality, Kirk, is we're all going to die. Nobody's getting out of here alive. So we've seen it so many times where people are so unprepared financially, obviously, emotionally, we can't help. But the Love Policy Box was created to bring awareness, to bring education, to bring having these tough conversations and making the stigma go away of having a legacy.
Can you talk more about that stigma? What stigma are you talking about and how are you changing it?
Absolutely. The stigmas are, well, there's a few stigmas. One is that a lasting legacy is only for the rich. And the reality is everyone has the opportunity to leave a legacy. And we think it's very important at the Love Policy to help people even define and create what that legacy means to them. And we give you the tools to do that. And once you've created the legacy and filled out all the things on our checklist, you shut your box and you've got a legacy that lasts for generations to come.
So you lead them and hold their hand every step of the way. And like you said, this is the legacy box. It's not just for anyone who's rich, it's for everyone.
It is for
everyone. If you're working, if you're struggling, if you're paycheck to paycheck, actually, it's more important for you to get it, right?
It's much more important for the everyday people that need this. They're the ones that are hurt the most when somebody tragically dies unexpectedly.
So how does this box, this beautiful box, actually help people cement their legacy?
Well, thank you for asking. This beautiful box that we've created.
Let's take a look.
Inside, we've created a workbook that has templates and can guide you like we're sitting there, like you said.
Here, hand me the workbook and I'll show it off while you're,
It's literally like we're going to be holding your hand through this process. Now, this certainly is not a simple topic to discuss by any means, but we've made the process of doing this as simple as possible. It's a step-by-step guide that, again, there's a checklist, not a ton of items on there, but if you complete the items on the checklist, you put them in your box, and you now have a legacy that can last for your grandchildren's grandchildren.
You even have samples in here, like a will,
we do.
Sample will, everything. Literally, you guys have thought of everything, and literally holding the person's hand as you go along this journey. And there's also a drawer. We talked about it in the opening video. There's so you can open it up. You can leave whatever you want. The workbook goes in there.
The book was the box was designed to put all of your items on that checklist.
In there.
Right in here. That's where it'll fit.
Will, your life insurance policy.
Your love letter that we've given you a sample template to write. And I dare anybody to read that template of a sample letter and not cry.
Oh my gosh.
But if you have any kind of family heirlooms, let's say there's a family recipe from grandma that was handed down.
You can put it in there. And what's in the drawer too?
Or
is that where the rings go?
Deposit box.
I have a ring. I love my son to get my University of Miami ring.
That's
I
for
can
this.
put it in there.
So all your family heirlooms that you want to leave can go in here, and the items for your legacy go in here.
And all the details that your family's going to need to know.
All the details. Inside the workbook, something called What to Do When I'm Gone. And that's the item of the checklist that we want people to start having those conversations today while everybody's still here. And try and not make it as scary, because we're all going to die. So if we sit down as a family, or whoever your loved ones are, and you discuss these things like, hey, when I'm not here, if I had a heart attack and I didn't wake up tomorrow morning, this is what's going to happen. Because it's so hard when you're already grieving. We can't help you with that. That's a personal thing. But we can help you with all the other stuff while you're grieving.
And you can leave something, a tangible thing behind. While you're still living, you can give them that gift. It's really amazing. And, so why is, this box is so important because it's all about legacy, like you said. So why has creating a legacy always been so important, historically, and even especially now in today's day and age?
Well, a legacy is very important, and it means something different to everybody, Kirk. A legacy can mean one thing to you and one thing to me and another thing to somebody else. It really is how you want to present yourself in the world and how you want to be remembered. And that's a different answer for everybody.
Yeah.
But for me personally, at the Love Policy, I grew up and sadly saw my two grandparents. One seemed like they had a lot of money, and one seemed like they were making ends meet at best.
So stark contrast.
Stark contrast. And when both of my grandfathers passed away, side note, they died within a week of each other, but that's unrelated. The one that seemed like they had all the money had nothing.
So they didn't leave a life insurance policy? No, like
there was nothing. It was all smoke and mirrors.
Nada. Zero, zilch.
My other grandmother, who really always seemed like they didn't have much, my grandfather left her in shape that she could take care of herself and be independent. My other grandmother, we had to take care of her. My father had to take care of her financially.
So the affluent one, their life literally crumbled, whereas the family that was living paycheck to paycheck, they were okay because they made the right decision.
Because they had planned and they had prepared. And that's the only difference.
That's amazing. And so why did you, it sounds like you have many reasons why you created the Love Policy. Why did you create the Love Policy?
Well, the brand itself of the Love Policy was created for a simple reason. I grew up my whole life in the life insurance business. My father was in the life insurance business. So what do? You marry your husband who's in the life insurance business. And between all of our experience, we have over 150 years of experience in that business. So to say we've kind of seen it all, we've kind of seen it all. And the brand of the Love Policy was brought to life through lovepolicy.com, which is our education and awareness branch of the brand. That part is a free website and strictly in video format, a minute or two less, because we all have the attention span of a flea these days. And you can go there and completely educate, empower yourself to make informed decisions. There's videos of a video glossary. How many times do you hear people throwing around words like beneficiary or probate or executor? And we all say it like we know what we mean, but maybe people don't really know what they mean and they're embarrassed to say it. So a simple video glossary of all these kind of terminologies in 30 seconds or less in plain English of the definitions of what all these things means. If I need a policy, what kind do I buy? There's so many out there. We're not selling anything. We're educating.
I love that. So that you can make your own informed decisions. Again, so the website is free. It's an educational format. You have her giving you videos and tutorials. She just told you she'd lived her entire life in this mission. If there's anyone uniquely qualified to do this, it's been you. So thank you so much for creating the box. But like, you and I were talking about before we started recording, is the box is just one thing, right? You're not here to sell a box. You're not here to sell life insurance. You're not here to sell anything. You're here to educate. And that's what's important about educating. And the mission is to educate people about how to really leave a legacy and why it's so important to make that decision and start that process as early as possible for your loved ones, for your family. And that's the mission that brought me to light. And that's why I was like, man, I'm so excited to interview you, Lori. So thank you so much for being here. Once again, lovepolicy.com. You can go there, visit it, see her explaining to you everything you need to know about the intricacies and how to get started on life insurance and how to get that journey started for yourself. So in terms of the stigma, we were talking before we started recording as well, and you said that life insurance is a term that, let's face it, it's a little icky, right? As the kids say,
It's a lot icky.
it's a little icky, right? So you're trying to change that stigma on another level. Can you tell us about that, please?
We're trying to change the stigma of the words life insurance,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just one part of the legacy planning. That's not the whole part. You got to
No.
do all
Correct.
the steps, but it's a big part. And one of the reasons was all the way back in third grade. Who knew that the seed was being planted at that time? But my father came into our career day class and stood up so proud. I mean, how do you tell third graders what life insurance is?
Yeah.
How do you explain that to third graders? And I remember that day my father came into the class and he just stood up so proud and he said, I'm so lucky. I get to go to work every day and I sell love. And that never, ever left me, Kirk. The reality is life insurance isn't for you. You're dead when you get the payoff of a life insurance policy. It's a love policy for the people you leaving behind. That's what it is. And it shouldn't be scary because we're all going to die, whether we like it or not. So would you rather have that heart attack and not wake up tomorrow morning with your family having no preparation, no financial stability,
Not even enough
knowing
money to
where
bury
they're
you,
going
right?
to, not even enough money to bury you?
Yeah.
Or would you rather plan, and I'm not telling anybody how to spend their money, but it could be something as simple as you give up your Starbucks every morning and you make coffee at home. Again, Starbucks,
Yep.
for some people, that's their treat for the day. So I'm not telling anybody how to spend their money. But it is something as simple as
Or one less pizza a month.
it's on any budget is my point.
Yes,
any
any
budget, and fixing
You just
part
gotta
of the
make the decision.
problem is always better than fixing none of the problem.
So and I love that because you make it a tangible way to make that decision and actually gift it to somebody. Because listen, when you say, hey, I got you the life insurance, I left you in my will. Okay, that's great. But when you do it like this, hey, I got you a life insurance policy and I put you in my will. Here's everything you need to know when I pass. Here's the ring that I'm going to gift you, or when I pass, and everything that you need to know, so you know that I'm still with you every step of the way, even though I'm gone, is right here.
Including that love letter.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, if you've been through a death of a loved one, if I had this box from the person that I love that passed away,
Your dad, let's say.
yes, and we had the very fortunate experience of having all those conversations. He was sick with cancer, unlike my mother who died instantly. So we had all those conversations that we were able to have. But I guarantee you, if I had this box with a handwritten note from him and all the other stuff that's in here, it would be like a warm hug from my dad all the time. And that's why I designed it.
Yeah. And so let's talk about the design for a moment. I'm throwing her a curveball. I didn't let her know I was going to talk about the design. It's so beautiful. It's the love policy. I love the branding. Love the colors. It's so warm and embracing. And was that the goal of it?
It was.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's supposed to be a warm hug from. When you open this, you're going to feel the love of the person that put all those contents in the box for you. That was the goal. Because you are devastated when somebody passes away that you love. And if you find this, it'll make that pain that much less because you're going to feel like they're with you still.
Wow, Lori, beautiful gift, beautiful box, beautiful mission, beautiful woman, beautiful person. It's been an honor talking to you about this today, and it really is important, especially for our viewers here at Xizzle TV. We represent Black and Brown very strongly. We're very proud of the fact that we're a Latino, immigrant-owned, immigrant-founded company. And let's keep it real, right? We Latinos, we don't tend to think about these kinds of stuff, and we live it every day. We see this happening constantly within our families. Un primo, una prima, una tía, an abuela, grandmother, auntie, whatever it is. Someone passes away abruptly or sometimes inabruptly. And what do we get left with? We get left with angst. Not only on top of the grief, by the way, it's angst, anxiety, stress about how are we paying for the funeral, who's living where, who's going to have to move in where and do what. Whereas, like you said, it's so obtainable and accessible that we don't tend to realize this. So we need people like you to come out and talk about this stuff, to elevate us, to teach us, to let us know that, you know what, just because you're a blue collar worker, or you're working as a janitor, or you're working as a plumber, doesn't mean you can't leave the very best for your family when you're gone. So thank you so much.
We're hoping to change communities, Kirk, not just one family at a time. I mean, that's how you change communities, one family at a time. But that's the goal, so that people aren't always struggling when somebody passes away.
So listen, hand me that box for a second, because I want to end it strong. Remember, it's the Love Policy. This is the Love Policy box. lovepolicy.com /box to buy it. But if you want to get educated and you don't have to buy the box. You don't have to get a life insurance policy. Right. You don't have to do anything, but start the process of educating yourself so you can take care of your family. And that's at lovepolicy.com. Thanks to this lovely woman. Lori, thank you so much for joining us and sharing this box.
Thank you so much for having us.
It's been amazing. So thank you so much. And listen, it's taught me that I got to go double check my life insurance policy to make sure that I'm doing the best possible for my family, my son, my wife, my stepdaughter.
But not just the life insurance policy, all the other items on the checklist.
And listen, can I share a personal story with you?
Absolutely.
This is like a hard wrap. It's got 5 endings, this interview. We haven't ended it yet. But let me tell you about my grandfather, Don Virgilio, in Barquisimeto, Venezuela. He was the don of the entire town. The guy, if you've ever seen the movie The Godfather, you know how the people line up to do business with him?
Kiss the ring.
Yes. He was that guy, although he was not a monster. But he was a great businessman. When he died, he must have had a huge legacy, financial legacy, companies, buildings, gas stations, malls, you name it. He didn't leave a will, sadly. He didn't leave a legacy behind like you talked about. And everything that he had built, all the infinite wealth that the family should have inherited, was not there. It was destroyed. It was all gone, ripped apart by illegitimate children, et cetera, lawsuits, all gone. Lack of preparation, like you said, right? We tend to think we're going to live forever, no matter how much money we have, no matter how great we are, we need to prepare. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you for sharing that story.
It really hit home.
Sadly, we see it all the time.
It really hit home. Thanks again for the Love Policy, creating such a beautiful box and a beautiful company and a beautiful mission and a beautiful website. Thank you so much, Lori. And now we're officially ending the interview here on Xizzle TV.